Alright. Hey guys, Mango here. I made another little chip. Since I was doing a whole bunch of tennis type stuff before, I was thinking maybe I would try something that was actually like tennis instead of Pong. So what this does is it's a little chip that I place on the ground. I'm using this tool right here, and it'll spawn this little hologram of a tennis court. And me and another player can basically play tennis. The way that works is you can left click and you can shoot out a little ball, and then once that ball is in play, the ball will look for other people around it, and if the person's within a certain distance, they can hit the ball by left clicking or right clicking or doing whatever they like. And it works from either side. Anyone can do it as long as they're on the server with me. And then what it also does is it'll the ball bounces. I don't know if you guys can see it because the video might be choppy, but the ball bounces like a normal ball would, and wherever it bounces the first time, it'll leave a little red circle on the ground, and then wherever it bounces the second time, it'll stop because obviously you can't hit the ball after the second bounce in tennis, and this kind of keeps it from turning into, oh, did that go in? Yes, it did. No, it didn't. Besides that, I also added a little wall mode, so if I press I can hit up against the wall. Oh, I need to go to the other side, I think. Unless this server doesn't work properly. There we go. The wall should be on now. There we go. So I can hit the ball against the wall. I'm on a different map, so I don't know if the directions were the same. But besides that, you can see in the left corner, top left corner, that's a list of all the outputs of it right now. So you can ignore the bottom four. That's just saying whether or not the wall's on, whether or not the ball landed in, whether or not it bounced once, twice, or 0 times, and what kind of spins on the ball. But I have it a little scoring system so that whenever you play a point, if the first bounce is in, it'll set that in value to in, and then if it bounces a second time without somebody hitting it, then what it'll do is it'll give the point to whoever hit it last. So, for instance, if a person hits it out, then it's automatically the other person's point. If the person hits it in and the other person doesn't hit it, then it's automatically the original person's point, and so on and so forth. So, just like real tennis would be played. The scoring works just like real tennis, where it goes, 15, 30, 40 game. I haven't added anything to do ads, so right now it's just no ad scoring. But like real tennis, it's 6 games to a set. There's no limiter for sets right now, just because I don't expect anyone to actually play full, 3-set matches on Gary's mod. Um, you can see the scores, games, and set count on the top left corner. Right now, my name is Phnomi, Gnome of Deceit, and Phantom is just a little like dummy character that I put in for playing against, just because I can't like playing against him. I'm gonna test it right now. That spin variable, I'll show you that in action. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the ball is curving to the right now, and if I do it the other way, it'll curve to the left. And then I can do backspin where it'll bounce farther, and then topspin where it'll bounce earlier, just to kind of imitate how spin works in game in an actual tennis match. This is the code itself. Right now my screen resolution is smaller, so I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Come on. Alright, that's not going to work. I'll close out of that. No, I changed the resolution so I can record it. Anyways, let's see what else is there. I'll show off how the in and out thing works. Whenever whenever it were to land, you can see it lands on. This is considered in because it hit the line, whereas if it were a little bit outward, this is considered out because the ball did not, hit the white line, just like real tennis would be played. As for all these holograms that make up the court, It was a bit of a pain to make because the max size of a hologram is 256 units in width. That's Garry's Mod units, or Half-Life units if you played Half-Life 2 or Portal or TF2. So each one of these green squares is an actual just green square, and then each of these lines is an actual line that I had to go and make and plot out, and that wasn't fun. But wall mode's all I can really do to show how it works to play. But you can, whenever the ball comes at you, you can change what kind of spin you want to hit the ball with. So if you wanted to like put in side spin or something while you're playing, you can. But you'd have to be within a certain distance away from the ball to actually be able to hit it. Once it reaches a certain point, you can't hit it. See what else is there really to talk about. It was basically a pain to make. Right now my goals for the future are to add in a way to... I don't even bother. Right now the way that it calculates whether or not it's in or out is it sees if this circle, the spot that it hits the first time, it checks to see if it's within the boundaries of this whole court. Now obviously in real tennis isn't how it's done. You can't just hit it anywhere on the court and it'll be in. For service, you have the service boxes, and then for regular play, you have to hit it on the opponent's side of the court. So right now, that's something that might be a project in the future. Once I add deuce, deuce scoring. Once I add that, then I can probably start putting in. Okay, if this person's serving, they have to hit into this box, and so on and so forth. But that's just a pain to make, and I'm not going to bother with that right now. Maybe another weekend. I'm going to take it easy. But that's about it. It was a bit of a hassle to make, but hopefully someday I can play it with somebody on Garry's Mod and have a little bit of fun with them. The way it works right now is that it'll if the last person who hit it, if they hit it in and it bounced twice, then it gives them the point. Otherwise, it'll give the point to the other person. And what that ends up turning into is, in order for me to do that, I have to give the point to the other people who are in this table. And the problem is that if I don't know the names of the people or whether or not they're the first person I'm playing against or last person I'm playing against, I have to kind of just assume, all right, I have to give the point to everybody else on the table except for the person who's doing it. So that's why I have that phantom character to show, like, okay, if this person were in the game, this is what points they would have. So if I were to hit it out, then Phantom just got a point. But, yeah, that's about it. Alright.